complaint that parents bring to me is that their children do not sit at the table and eat meals with them. And there are all kinds of reasons given, but whatever the reasons, it's become more and more difficult for parents and children to sit at a table together. And sitting at a table together is not only a very enjoyable thing, but on Shabbat you want to be together. You want to have a joint experience. So how can you make it more engaging? There's a little bit of work you have to do. It's not really work, but preparation. If you want your children to sit at the table, do the following things. Number one, find an interesting story. Children of all ages love stories. So you can read, for example, a Hasidic story about the deepest, darkest Russia and what happened to this old man in his village. And even your 2-year-old will sit transfixed and be fascinated. After a reasonable time, later on in the meal, you might want to read a more sophisticated story. But either way, if you have an interesting story, everybody will listen and they will learn. Another old-fashioned way to do things, but it's as good as time immemorial, is to play games like, I went to the market and I bought. Yes, it builds memory, but what it does is it keeps the children at the table. I mean, it's helpful if it's a Jewish market because then you can buy Jewish items like mezuzahs and so on. But it can be fruit, it can be vegetables, it doesn't matter. But while you're interacting, you will see your children will want to sit because there's actually nothing more that they enjoy than being and playing with their mom and dad. Songs are an important medium at the Shabbos table. Doesn't matter how good or bad your voice is, children love to sing. You can sing songs they've learned at school, you can sing special Shabbat Zemirot, you can sing all kinds of things, it doesn't matter, but singing as a family really brings people together. And then you can play other good old-fashioned games like I Spy or General Knowledge. And that means the child has to sit. If you're using things in the room, what do you spy? What starts with a P? Oh, it's a picture. Again, you're building vocabulary, you're building concentration, but that's secondary to actually sitting around and bonding with your children. So take the time to do some preparation. It's not a big deal. And when you're actually at the table, watch how your children love and thrive by being able to sit around the table and do things together.